greetings, goddesses and gods. And if you follow or if you are one that goes with the corporate New Year, then Happy New Year to you. But I already had my New Year on November 1st. So, with that being said, if you do the numerology, when I get into numerology, because there's all kinds of different things going on here. 2026 is what, number 10, which is a 1. So those of you who do that, you've had new beginnings. You see, the universal year is 2026, so you'd be a number 1, would be a universal new beginning. However, to extend that, you go with your personal year. So as for me, my personal year is 2. So this would be 2 because you add your birthday, not the date, or not the year, but the date. So 118 would be 10. So 10 would be 1, and another 1 is 2. So I'm on my personal year 2 and the universal year number 1, which is 12, which is actually 3. So you can get technical and go all this down the rabbit hole with numerology and all this other nonsense. But again, that's all nonsense. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do because the law of mind is all that anything really is. But, however, people like it and it's good. So I'm going to do a little, see what kind of things we got going on here with the animal world. What are the animals telling me? So if you want to know what you want to know, what do you want to know? Just ask yourself, what do I want to know? And I'll tell you what you want to know. Because it's all right here. It's all in the numbers. It's all right in front of you. If you really think about it, it's all right here. Because this is where it all begins and ends. Right here in the mind. So again, I usually like to pick 3 cards. The shadow, the soul, and the link, the bridge, whatever you want to call it. You know, we don't get all technical. We don't keep things complicated. What I like to do is keep things simple, because when you keep things simple, life becomes simple. And you keep life simple, life is simple for you, you see. And when you keep the universe simple, the universe is simple. Because it's simple, because you're simple. The more complex, the more you want to read about things and go down the hole and all this other jazz, it gets complicated because we're complicating things. You see, overthinking things. But then again, that's the frequency people run. They love to overthink. They love to go down the hole and overthink and make things complicated. And then you have complications because your mind is overcrowded with complex things. And, oh my God, this and that. And it's not even that. Because with the mind, I did that. I created this complex thing. And you don't need to do that. It's unnecessary. This is simple. So, excuse me, what do I want to know? What do you want to know? And you just ask yourself, what do I want to know? What do I need to know and learn about things? What do I want to know? What does the animal want to tell me that I need to know? And we'll tell you what I need to know. What the fuck? Anyway. We've already been 3 minutes in. And I usually like the blowing, clearing for your tools. Alright, so now they are clean and cleared with the perspective of what I need to know and what you need to know, because here we go. We're jumping out. They jumping out on me. They jumping out. What do we got? We got 2 cards. We got 2 cards. They jumped out. We got the porcupine. So we're going to go with the porcupine, and we're going to do this with the shadow, because that's the first card. The porcupine is innocence. Free yourself of guilt and shame. That's the one we all need work on. We need to free ourselves from that guilt and that shame. We're guilty because of this, and I'm shameful because I look like this, and I feel like this. I'm so ashamed of being gay. I'm so ashamed of dressing in the non-normal way. I'm so ashamed of hiding this. So I'm hiding. What am I hiding? I'm hiding the inner child. The inner child is being hidden from me. Why? Because of guilt. Guilty. What are you guilty about? I don't know. But this is what I need to work on. You see, this is the shadow. It's the shadow. Okay, what's the heart card say? Or you could do 2 cards if they pop out at one. This could be 2 shadows. Who knows? But we're not doing that. You see, you could do whatever you want. You can look at this as a shadow card as the dragonfly. And the dragonfly is an illusion. You see? And you know who you really are. You know who you really are. You know who you really are, but you're keeping him in fucking prison through this guilt and shame and all this other bullshit. What is shame is locked up in here in the solar plex, in the creative body. Why? Why are you hiding your inner child? What's the problem here? You know what? As a matter of fact, when you think about let's dive deep in this word guilt. Let's see what our other beautiful definitions of guilt is. And guilt is a term. Here's the very definition of guilt, right? Is crime, sin, moral defect, failure of duty, of unknown origin, of course, because that's how words work. They're just unknown because people making shit up all the time. Through some suspect of connection to Old English, Gildan, to pay for debt. I'm in debt to yourself. You're in debt to this body, you know. You're guilty. So the sin, okay, sin means to miss the mark. So if you miss the mark of being who you really are, you see, but the porcupine wants you to free yourself. You know, the porcupine shoots out those things. That same way you can shoot out that inner child. Express. It's an expression because the porcupine is expressing itself through the shooting of the needles, or whatever you want to call it, the spikes. So, but the illusion is that you know who you really are. That you know who you really are, but you are corrupted by the conscious mind of thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be, so and so looks at me like this. Ooh, I can't show my true self to so and so or to a group of whoever or whatever, because they're gonna judge me. There we go with being judged. Don't worry about what people think about you. Don't worry about what whoever says about you. You're going to do you. Because that's what this card really does. Now, how are we going to connect these guys together? How can we work on being the porcupine? The porcupine is the shadow, so means you need to work on this innocence. Innocence. It's just a little innocence, you see. And then so we are in basically you're in debt, you know. You're a sin to miss the mark. You missed this mark. This is the mark. You missed it. And what happens with that? You have sinned. You've committed a sin against your true self, your higher self, because that's who in debt that you really are, is this higher self. Your higher self. Not some, you know, corporate made up fucking whoever is up here in the sky looking down. No, this is your higher self. Your higher self. Here's what you want to know your higher self. Close your eyes, go within. Now visualize that perfect image of you, that perfect being, who you really are, that true one who's all healthy, who's all perfect in the image of you. What you really look like, your highest self. You see, the highest self. That is your best self of you. That is who you really are, your true self. And the more and more you hold captive this inner child, the more and the more you just dwindle away in it. It just dwindles away. It just doesn't become anything. It's like a fuse. It just fizzles out, and the inner child dies. And now begins the trauma on the body. So we're going to get the bridge card, because how are we going to link all these together? And how will we do that if we're trapped in an illusion, you see? But you really know who you really are. Who are you really, you see? And you're not the body. That's who you really are. And now we have 2 cards. I don't know why. The deer. We have the deer is the pathfinder. Trust your instincts to guide you through this situation. So when you trust that your inner child is the true self, the higher self, if you trust this, you see, you will begin to know who you really are. And you begin to know who you really are as you just go within and you say, I am, ... Right? I am healthy. Like, we want to claim health. I am healthy. I am this. I am that. And that's, your true self, your real you is the best version of you. That's it. Is your best version of you. The pathfinder, the antlers. See the antlers that come out? I don't have my antlers. They're not on me right now. But this is how you can, the antlers are reaching out to where? To the, like antennas. They reach out and, and tap into the universe, the frequency. Okay, again, a frequency is an overcrowding. So these are 2 bridge cards. We're going to go with 2 bridge cards, and the other one is the elephant. Resolve. You will overcome any obstacles. So the pathfinder, if you can trust your instincts, you will overcome this nonsense, this illusion of the illusion of that, who the fake you is, or the asshole self. I like to say, your asshole self is the false you, the illusion. But the real you is that inner child, that one that's all happy-go-lucky child who has imagination that goes wherever and however and whomever and to whatever. The matter doesn't matter because it's the imagination. It gets you from A to Z. And not only that, it goes beyond A and Z. It goes past all the illusion of that. Looking past your education, looking past your religion, looking past your language that you speak. Look beyond that, because that's the illusion. You're trapped in the illusion of words. Because words, again, have no meaning. They have infinite amount of meanings. They're just words that don't mean anything. They're made up. They're just people making shit up out of words. And we are word control. We are controlled by words. We're word controlled creatures. But your perception, you see, your instincts to guide you through the situation. And if you can't trust your instincts, because of what? Obstacles. The obstacle is, oh, well, so-and-so says this. My teacher said this. This guru. Don't listen to these gurus. You are the guru. There is no other guru other than you. That's it. Your highest self is the best version of you. Listen to what I'm saying. The best version of you. That's who you really are. Your true self. And sometimes this dragonfly, the soul needs a little bit of tweaking. But you got to tweak this a little bit. You got to tweak that inner of who you really are. The best version of you, the best highest self is your version of you, the best image that you can be. Visualize this best image of you. And the porcupine will no longer be trapped in the depths of the shadows of the illusion, because it's just innocent. It's innocent. And if we study, or if we go deep into the word innocence, and I'm sure that, it's innocent, you know what I'm saying? It's not what you think. because it's freedom from this guilt, is what it is. It's freedom or moral wrong, you see. We don't have the proper morals, you know. Get. So if you look at it, it's blamelessness, harmless blamelessness, disinterested. It comes from the word innocent, doing no evil. Because your best version of you is not evil. Some of us have the image of that you have to look like what other people suggest or what an organization suggests that you must look like. Corruption. They're corrupting the mind. That's evil in itself. You're being corrupted. Because why? We miss the mark. The word sin is a term in archery. And if you miss the mark, then you have sinned. So here, the mark is your highest self, who you really are. If you miss this, who you really are, you've sinned. You have committed sin. But the only way to put these all together is the pathfinder and the obstacle, the elephant, to resolve these things. And where do you resolve these things? In here? Because everything begins here, all right here. So if you wanna go into, get in tune with that higher self, the best version of you, because that's who you really are. Go into that place where your best version of you exists, and it's very real. As a matter of fact, we were there at one time. We actually lived it, but we don't do that now because of society and people and work and corporations and so on and so on and so on. Down the fucking drain you go, because you never really resolved it. And you only resolve it in your mind. That's where it all begins and ends, right here. You can choose any path because your instincts are guiding you. Your instincts is guiding you. And if you just say, well, how do I be guided through this? Well, I don't know. You have that intuit knowing. I just know. It's intuit. As you have intuit knowing. You just guide. It's the way it goes. Let me dive into the word instincts for a minute. It's a prompting. So it basically means impulse, inspiration. It's an inspiration, an impulse to incite. So, intuitive perception. That's just what I was saying. Intuit knowing is the genetic memory. You just know. You don't know, have an explanation why, but you know. I just know that my higher self, that best version of me is guiding me. If you have to know this, you have to truly know this, because that version, that best highest self, is going to help you overcome. You resolve this in your mind. You see, once you can see that best higher version of yourself, and then that fake version of the asshole self will, push this out. But you got to resolve. You got to resolve this in your mind, and that's how you do this. You keep it going, and you keep the image alive through this higher self, and then you become free. And once you become, you are a servant. We are a servant, a slave to our best version of ourselves, until we become our best version of ourselves. We are free. Just as the porcupine releases that tension resolving. Because that's the path. Because you have the instincts, you have that intuit perception. Intuit and perception are faculties of the mind. And the faculties of the mind are, the definition of faculties is power. Intuit, knowing. Intuition is a faculty of the mind, and perception is a faculty of the mind. You have the power to use these faculties of your mind to overcome any obstacle. Because you know who you really are, your highest self. Until you become that highest self, you are free. So that's just it in a nutshell for now. Because I know the attention span is not 20 minutes. I didn't mean to go 20 minutes. If you made it this long, comment this long with a like. And that means that you are on my frequency. We are connected. Thank you and have a blessed corporate new year. That's fucking funny. But you gotta keep it simple, keep it funny, laugh, be innocent. It's just innocence. There you have it. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Be unique, be magical, and all the other jazz. I'll see you soon. I love you guys.